Madam Speaker, I just draw the attention of the House to the fact that today New South Wales is facing catastrophic fire conditions. Meanwhile, we have rubbish from the government to try and prevent questions. My question is for the Minister for Police, Fire and Emergency Management. Minister, New South Wales is facing conditions that firefighters describe as the worst they have ever confronted. Businesses and schools across the Blue Mountains, Taree and Port Lincoln are shut down, and many people are moving to evacuation centres. In Tasmania, the fire season is already upon us. It started with intensity, and communities in Lachlan, Elderslie and Scamander have already suffered these experiences as well. Minister, you failed to prioritise the resources and training to keep many of our remote area firefighters operational, and they are grounded. You have failed to skill up volunteers for remote firefighting, even though it was recommended by both the independent Dr Tony Press report from 2016 and this year's AFAC review, both reviews in the last 3 years. Why should any Tasmanian have faith that you're taking this climate-heated fire threat seriously enough? And can you demonstrate exactly how you're implementing the AFAC recommendations?
Thank you. The Honourable Minister for Police and Emergency Resources.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank the honourable member for her question. And of course, obviously from her statement, it's been identified prior to this that the pins have been lifted and the...
They're still grounded. You're playing
so the pins
with
have
words.
been lifted, and so she's misleading the House.
You are misleading the House.
And in the opening statement, it's Madam Speaker, this is a new low for even the Greens. When you're attempting to capitalise on the disasters of New South Wales and Queensland and our friends and what our friends are facing up there, the politicisation of these fires here in this chamber. My sincere condolences go to the families. Madam Speaker, my sincere condolences go to the families who have lost a loved one in these devastating fires. My thoughts and best wishes go out to all those across New South Wales and Queensland who are continuing to battle the volatile and unprecedented fires. I commend the extraordinary display of bravery from our Tasmanian firefighters who are playing an important role in the efforts to fight these devastating bushfires in New South Wales and supporting the communities that are affected. Tasmania has approximately 45 Tasmanian firefighters and support crew on the ground today assisting New South Wales. That's not counting the crews that have already returned, and of course a further Tasmanian contingent of additional firefighters is likely to be deployed in the coming days of this week. We're also considering the request for additional crews to Queensland. What I find absolutely astounding.
I have a point of order.
Relevance, Madam Speaker. The question is not about the resources we are sending interstate. The question is about this state right now, why remote area crews are grounded, still grounded, and why the Minister is failing to implement the AFAC recommendations for the season that has started now in Tasmania.
Thank you, Dr Woodruff. As you know, that's not a point of order, but I do hear you and I ask the Minister to try and be relevant.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And what I find absolutely astounding is that those the Green members opposite would be seeking to politicise any of the fires while they are still burning to achieve a political purpose. Even worse, I read in the paper today that you were spreading lies by saying that we are not prepared for bushfires. That's even more astounding. You are calling out the Tasmanian Fire Service as incompetent. And that's absolutely
offence. No, that is untrue. I absolutely take offence at that statement.
Withdraw it.
Absolutely offensive. I am speaking on their behalf about the failure to resource the Tasmanian Fire Service rats who are grounded. 80 of them are grounded until the 1st of December. This is outrageous. I ask the Minister to withdraw.
Withdraw it.
Okay, we have an objection here, Minister, and you've been asked to withdraw because you've offended people.
This is nothing to do with the capability of the TFS.
I withdraw this comment.
Over, and I don't expect any more interjections from here on.
We will not be distracted by the false claims. We have been progressing the recommendations from the AFAC review. As the Premier has already answered today, the short-term recommendations 4 and 6 are completed. The remaining short-term recommendations, being 1, 5 and 8, will be completed by the end of November. The medium and long-term recommendations, being 2, 3, 7 and 9, are just that. They are, and the TFS have a dedicated project management working through those deliveries. As I've already advertised you previously in the Parliament, advised you previously in the Parliament, the Tasmanian Fire Service remote area firefighting capability has been reinstated. Of the Tasmanian Fire Service firefighters who are trained and capable to be remote area firefighters, the actual number deployed at any one time is around 10, as it has always been.
Yeah, how many of them
This
are
has
ready
not
to go?
changed. This is due to the need to maintain an urban firefighting response in our cities and towns. As you are fully aware, our predominant cohort of remote area teams is in the Parks and Wildlife Service, and that remains at ready.
80
As the member would know, or at
80
least
on
the
the
staffer of the member knows, and if the member had turned up to the briefing, she would know the Tasmanian Fire Service has instigated.
The Minister himself did not left that briefing halfway through, and he continues to peddle and
Okay, that's not.
The Greens were present. The Minister walked
That's
out of the meeting
that's
after
not a point of order. Please allow the Minister to complete his talk. We're already hitting 5 minutes, but there's been 2 big interjections, so you get another minute.
So the Tasmanian Fire Service has instigated a broad range of multi-agency measures in preparedness for the bushfire season, which includes completing multi-agency briefings, undertaking fire brigade district briefings statewide, ensuring helicopter readiness, establishing national aerial firefighting contracts, implementing a combined air desk established and exercise prepared, fuel reduction burns in all regions as part of the government's tenure-blind $55 million investment, establishing permit restrictions, activating the campfire management strategy, confirming that all high-risk areas have community protection plans, confirming the reinstatement of the remote area firefighting capability by the Tasmanian Fire Commission, engaging with the Australasian peers regarding practice, continuing work to establish a cadre of volunteer remote area firefighters, undertaking public education campaigns, engaging with local communities to provide bushfire-ready information sessions, and holding fire station open days. I would like to end by thanking our dedicated firefighters and emergency service personnel for their duty they perform in keeping our communities safe. It is deeply disturbing that those members of the Greens continue to politicise this issue.
Oh, give us a break.
Thank you.